Hello, my beautiful Saggies. Welcome back to Queen Cup Tarot. I am just shuffling up right now, catching a vibe, getting ready to do your March 2021 tarot reading. For those that are new, welcome. It's a privilege and honor to read for you, connect with you, and ascend with you. Please like, share, subscribe. It is much appreciated. And to the usual suspects, Angel Gang, Wagwan. I love you guys, okay? Thank you so much for positively engaging this channel the way you do, sending me your genuine love and light, your likes, your shares, subscribes, and most importantly, doing this thing called Ascension with me, with us, with the gang. And I do want to congratulate you, as I have been for all the signs, because it's a very celebratory time for this collective, or at least the one that I read for and have been ascending with, because Divine Feminine season's coming to an end, and it's been a tough one. There has been such transformation, growth, and development that has occurred underneath the surface. And there's going to be a lot that is sprouting out, and that is going to be reflected back to you by the universe. So there's going to be a lot of change happening in your 3D Malkut 3D life. And it's all a result of the internal transformation that has occurred. So congratulations, guys. And I hope you feel excited. If you don't, it's fine. You will start to feel that energy, especially if you have done the work and you have transformed and you didn't step into Divine Feminine season and into the new year waiting for change. You were the conduit for change, and now the universe can respond to you by ushering in opportunities, people, all kinds of things that are a reflection of that change. So there's this a lot of newness energy that's going to come along with Divine Masculine season, which sets off in March 20th, along with the spring equinox. Okay, so before we get into prayer, get into your downloads, and get into your spread, I want to do just a couple announcements. So for those that timestamp the reading prior to the prayer, please continue to do so. www.queencup.ca is fully stocked. All right, we've got my decks here. We've got our resins, we've got our frankincense, we've got our myrrh, we've got our frankincense and myrrh butter, which sells out really quickly. So if you go to the website and it's not available, don't worry. I'm going to be bringing it back as a kit, which will include hydrosol, which is like an all-natural toner, which is used in the distillation process. So how they make essential oil from frankincense. And there we go. It's fantastic for the face. I've been using it, and as well as we're going to be launching our essential oil line, which is amazing because they go in tandem with the different species of resin. So it's not just going to be one frankincense oil, it's going to be a frankincense essential oil for each of the resin species that we have. So that's very exciting. I'll keep you guys posted on that. If you want to be emailed and updated when things get back in stock, then just become members of the website, okay? For daily, weekly content. Oh, and our smudge kits are back in stock. We've got the small ones for now. So it comes with a small brass burner, a small jar of red hajari, and then the regular size of the Kartiri. And then at the end of March, beginning of April, we will have the large smudge kits back in stock, which include the large burner, the small jar of resin, the regular size of Kartiri, and then 2 sticks of charcoal. Okay? So very exciting. For daily, weekly content, you guys can follow me over on Patreon. It's for members only. And that's Patreon/Queen Cup. And I am going to be using the Naked Heart Tarot for you guys. I'm obsessed with this deck. I started using it earlier in February when I got it. And yeah, I've been using it for quite a bit of the signs, but you guys know I switch up the decks per sign. And then I am going to clarify the spread with the Hoodoo Tarot. Okay, and we're going to read the major arcana that comes out from the book. Okay, so yes, this is very exciting. I feel very excited. I'm also just excited to come out of Divine Feminine season. It was a rough go. Okay, and I'm very excited for the spring equinox and everything that's going to come with Divine Masculine season. All right, so I'm going to get into prayer. You guys can timestamp now. Father God, Holy Spirit, ancestors, guardian angels, thank you for rising me up out of my bed this morning, and thank you for connecting me with the collective every day. Right now, please allow me to communicate clearly with the collective all the messages that are in their greatest good, surrounding the material abundance, sustenance, the relationships closest to them, their personal ascension and development, and any other messages that you deem worthy at this time. Thank you, Father God, Holy Spirit, ancestors, guardian angels, for everything you do for me and the collective on a regular. All the healing energy, the support, the love, the guidance, and the protection. We are nothing without it, and we are nothing without you. So glory be to the Most High, forever and ever. Amen. Okay, first card out, Nine of Cups. Congratulations. This is wish fulfillment. And I really just think that this wish fulfillment has to do with all the change that you wanted the universe to bring into you. But this is now, the reason why this is coming in is because you were the change that you wanted, and now you're seeing it reflected back to you, and you feel really good. You're feeling like your hard work, your transformation, all of this whole karmic cycle wasn't in vain. So you're now looking at your karmic cycle and what you've been through. Instead of feeling burdened by it, you feel actually empowered by it. You feel a sense of relief that you've truly let the old go, and that you have something new and more abundant and more fulfilling to look forward to. Nine of Cups. Okay. This is also, with this full moon, it reflects to me this full moon energy, this Virgo full moon that we had, that was a representation of the relief. It was going to bring in a sense of relief. There was a sense of this grounded energy as well. So anyways, guys, I feel really good going into Sagittarius reading. But the downloads that I had coming into your spread were no love lost and the feelings mutual. Now, I actually had to look up what no love lost meant, because by hearing it, you would think, oh, there's no love lost. Doesn't matter what occurred. I still love you. I still care about you. But when you actually look it up, it doesn't necessarily mean that. So no love lost could mean that two people mutually no longer love, care, or like each other. Or it can mean two people mutually love and still care about each other. So a lot of these readings this month have been about the dualities and the polarities, and that's just to do with my own ascension journey and how I choose to look at the world and experience the world, and also how I experience and have learned to love myself from the dualities, the light, the dark, my feminine, my masculine energy, and so forth. So I'm curious to see, because I do feel like for some of you guys were working really hard to maintain a relationship with somebody, and there could have been a conversation or something that occurred which was almost like a tower moment or a precipice, where you realize we don't like each other. We're working hard to stay in each other's area or stay in each other's space, and the fact of the matter is we don't like each other. You might love each other, but there is this sense of not liking each other and feeling like we cannot proceed forward because we mutually understand, okay, there's a mutual understanding for some of you Sagittarius that a relationship is over. So I'm not getting that somebody is leaving someone and somebody's really upset and angry about it. I feel like two people mutually are understanding that a relationship is done and that both people want to amicably move forward. For some of you, it's not amicable. So for some of you, you're going to be challenged. So both people want to leave the relationship, but not both people are willing to do it amicably. So one person is choosing to leave the relationship and stay in their karmic energy. So be very spiteful, be very, I feel like somebody is quite spiteful about the ending of a relationship, even though they know that the relationship is done and they don't want to be in it anymore. And really and truly, I think this person, whether this is you or your partner that you're leaving, it could be a friend. It very much could be a friend. It's a relationship closest to you. I feel like what's being revealed to one of the people in this dynamic is that their karmic energy, they were maybe blaming their partner, or you were blaming your partner for why you vibe low. Your bitter, your anger, your resentment, or somebody could have been blaming you for this energy. So it's like somebody's bitter, angry, and resentful, and both people are like, well, you know what, I'm done with this relationship. But the problem is one person is done in a more divine, high vibrational way, meaning they wish the best. So Sag, you could be really wishing the best for the person that you're leaving because you appreciate what that relationship taught you. Some of you had kids with this person. So there's this sense of, I'll always love and care about this person, but I have established that I don't want to be in this relationship anymore. Where the other person could be like, I'm fucking done with you. I don't want to be with you anymore. I'm now dating somebody else, but they are living in a more spiteful, resentful energy. So it's almost like, it's not that they want to be with you, Sag. It's that they are angry and bitter all by their own self. So there's this mutual split, but the two people are not in the same energy as they decide to split. They're splitting for different reasons. They're splitting in a different energy. Okay. Then for some of you, all right, the no love lost, the feelings are mutual, are actually surrounding the love that you have for somebody. So for some of you, you're establishing that somebody that has been in your space, that you were friends with, that you've maybe just got to know, actually both mutually want to have feelings of love and want to explore them, or already explored these feelings of love and now mutually are deciding to take it to the next level. I'm getting this mutual understanding about how to proceed in a relationship dynamic. Okay. For some of you, though, it is going to be a reconciliation. I had to get past that energy. It was creating blockages because it was really, when I was telling you guys there are no reconciliations, it was really a reflection of my inability to be able to forgive people. And it's not just romantic partners, okay? It's friends and it's even family members that I love very dearly, okay, that have been close to me. And we went through a lot of trials and tribulations. And because of those tribulations and how I felt like a victim, I didn't want to reconcile with them and I didn't want them a part of my life. But then I go through life missing them and hoping that they're all right. Right. So I just feel like there's this mutual understanding. I feel like there's a hair on my face. My bangs are getting long. A mutual understanding between two people in a relationship dynamic. Okay, so it's a balancing out. Wow, 10 of Cups after the 9 of Cups. Absolutely fantastic. Then the Spirit of Cups. Guys, this deck is well shuffled. Okay, I've been using it for like 3 weeks straight. And like I said, I debuted it over on the Patreon and I was just using it every day on the Patreon. So this deck is well shuffled. And then the 2 of Swords. Wow. I also feel like Sagittarius, you got past, I think this actually reflects kind of like the example I was giving you about certain family members that I had that I was not open to reconciling with, because it wasn't even reconciling with, there was this lack of forgiveness, but not being open to my feelings and love for certain people, even regardless of what we had been through. So I do feel, Sagittarius, that you are opening up to these feelings of wanting to reconcile, love, because you became open to them. And what opened you up is this sense of compassion and forgiveness. Now, for some of you, though, this is a new person. This is somebody you haven't actually explored a relationship with yet. And if that's the case, I feel like it's romantic. But it also could be friends. And what is getting you to open up to a new relationship is the healing of past ones that didn't work out. You have forgiveness and appreciation for what those relationships taught you. And you actually wrap up your karmic cycle with a lot of, like, the King of Cups. Spirit of Cups is the King of Cups in traditional tarot. That is just an overwhelming, this is a huge capacity for love, compassion, understanding. Your capacity is at its peak. Okay, this capacity is being explored by some kind of forgiveness from your past. So you're not bitter, you're not angry. Doesn't mean you want to reconcile or get back with your past in any kind of way, but you're not open to reconciling because of feelings of bitterness and anger, and you're still harboring those feelings. You allowed Aquarius season to change your paradigm. You allowed Aquarius season to change your paradigm. And essentially, this is the energy of where you go out into the world and you judge people. And you look at people and you judge them for why they are the way they are. You lack compassion. You judge them. But what that does is plant a seed in your brain, about a negative seed in your brain that brings your energy vibration down. So you blame people for why you think the way you do, but your thoughts create emotions and feelings. Your thoughts about other people are a reflection. When you have a thought about somebody that's negative, it doesn't go to them. It plants in your brain. And then you start looking at yourself, the world, from that negative perspective, and then it affects your emotions, and then you start feeling very low vibrational, bitter, angry. And you're like, why am I bitter and angry? I have nothing to be bitter and angry about. Well, it's actually the thoughts that you have about somebody else. Resentment, anger. So your life doesn't depict this bitterness. There's nothing that you can look at, but you sending that bitter anger energy to somebody or judging somebody about the way they live. If this is making sense, I'm still learning about this paradigm shift. Aquarius season really challenged me to change my perspective and how I look at people and myself, and to reprogram my brain, to be more accountable for my thoughts and not just be subject to my thoughts, like as if, blaming people. Like that's that energy of blaming people, psychic attacks. People are sending you negative energy. They can send you all the negative energy they want, but it's only going to affect their brain and their emotions and their reality. It will then affect you if you absorb it and believe it. And what really affects you is actually the negative thoughts you have about people, the judgment you pass on people. That's where you assume people are judging you when really you're just being tormented by your own thoughts and judgments of others. It's like a seed you plant in your brain. Oh, that person's a piece of shit. Oh, that person is doing something wrong. Oh, I don't like how that person is doing things. These are all these negative thoughts that you implant in your brain that are actually a reflection of how you feel about, think about yourself. And then they resonate within you and change your feelings towards yourself. And then, of course, others, if this is making any sense. Long and short, I got all of that from the Two of Swords. It's this opening up, this paradigm shift, this clearing up. So now you remove one of these swords and you're left with the Ace of Swords, which is your sword of truth. And what your sword of truth is telling me about Sag in this reading is that you have a lot of love and compassion for people. You have a high capacity to understand. So when you see people vibing low, you understand and you have compassion and you don't blame people for that. You are saying, listen, they're going through some hard shit. I have no idea what that person's been through that makes them go on the way they do. So I just see this emotional intelligence reaching an all-time high for Sagittarius. Again, congratulations, because what this paradigm shift and this opening up of your heart chakra and reprogramming of your mind will do is bring you more wish fulfillment. I also see that Sagittarius is speaking a lot better about themselves and also thinking. They're thinking a lot. You're thinking a lot better about yourself, which is making you feel a lot better about yourself. Instead of hoping other people will make you feel better about yourself and needing external validation, you're doing this within your mind. It's changing your feelings. And now you feel more optimistic about what you can do, having success, what you can manifest. And it looks like you're going to manifest nothing but emotional support, love. There's a lot of emotional fulfillment coming in to Sagittarius for March. Okay. I'm also getting, Sagittarius, that some of you, your paradigm is going to be challenged. For some of you that haven't made this shift yet, it's going to be challenged because of you're going to come into contact, or you are going to come into contact with somebody who has a higher emotional intelligence than you and a higher capacity for love and compassion. So it's actually going to challenge you to meet them where you're at. So somebody could be forgiving you and open and willing to move past a situation. Hold on one second. Sorry, guys. I feel like for some of you guys, you have an energy of there's no love lost, meaning you don't actually love you. You're telling yourself you don't love or have feelings for somebody anymore. And I think it's somebody that you've been in conflict with. Okay. The difference is I don't feel like somebody feels that way. So somebody might be coming towards you very like waving the white flag with a lot of love and compassion. And it's going to get you to it's going to challenge you to what your truth really is. and your feelings. I feel like for some of you, you guys were denying the feelings that you had for somebody because of things that occurred in the past that you were harboring resentment for, that you were not able to forgive. And now somebody comes to you with a really pure energy, and it's challenging how you feel about this person. Because you said this person was heartless, you said this person was cold, you said this person wasn't a good person, but here they are coming to you, not cold, very open, very kind and understanding of how they made you feel, of their feelings for you, and now it's actually challenging you about how you feel about yourself and other people and your lack of forgiveness. So there's a lot with regards to the head and heart that I see going to be like challenged, I feel like. But let's see what else. I want to keep this like a 9 card. Some of you guys are stressed about a family member. There could be somebody in your family who's really going through it. And I feel like Sagittarius, you're trying to help somebody, but you're finding it really difficult to do that because it's almost a situation of like, I feel like Sagittarius, you're realizing it doesn't matter what you do for somebody, how much you care for them, how much you try to help them. If they don't care about themselves and they don't want to help themselves, then there's nothing you really can do. And I feel like Sagittarius is coming to the realization there's nothing I can really do for this person. And it's somebody you care about a lot. Because I feel like you've been really stressed, 9 of Swords, trying to get somebody to be open to your suggestions, your advice, your support, your help. I feel like with the 2 of Swords under the 9 of Cups, I feel like you want somebody to want better for themselves and they're not. So you are almost loving somebody more than they love themselves, and that doesn't work. And I think Sagittarius is realizing that. Let's see what else though. Wow, the Ace of Cups under the Spirit of Cups. Wow. Some of you, there's somebody who's really stressed about, they want to reconcile with you, but they don't know how, if you'll be open to receive their cup of love. I think this is how somebody's viewing you, or you might be viewing this some way. For some of you, this is about an expression. Somebody doesn't know how you feel for them. You being with them would be wish fulfillment with you. You taking it to a romantic stage, you dating, courting this person would be wish fulfillment to you, but you haven't expressed that. And I feel like it's because of your ideas of this person not being open, your fears of being rejected. It's all about love. I haven't gotten any pentacles yet. Wow, the 7 of Cups and the 4 of Wands. This is absolutely, some of you guys are going to be confused about reconciling with somebody. You're not sure. And this is somebody I think you've left behind. Somebody you said that you wouldn't come into union with, that you wouldn't be friends with again, that you wouldn't speak to again. And I just feel like that's going to be challenged when this person comes back with really beautiful energy. And now you're going, well, fuck, I said I wouldn't, but here I am. So I feel like somebody's stressed about also keeping a relationship together. Somebody might realize that there's love lost. Like, I feel like somebody might realize that somebody can't take any more. So Sagittarius, this could actually have been you, where you were really struggling to love yourself. You were really struggling to keep a positive mind frame, and somebody was having to bear the burden of the emotional intelligence of keeping the union together. And I think some of you guys are stressed now because the Spirit of Wands will also withhold strategically their love and emotion. It doesn't mean they don't have it, but if they realize that their love isn't reciprocated or appreciated, they'll just withhold it. And I feel like for some of you, you feel like somebody's withholding their love from you and it's starting to trip you out. You're afraid that you're going to come out of union with this person, that you're going to lose somebody. Or this could be how somebody feels about you. Now we got the 9 of Pentacles and the Spirit of Pentacles. Wow, 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 wow. Somebody's been fantasizing about love a lot and they want to actually manifest it in the 3D. They don't want to be fantasizing about it anymore. They want to actually make it happen. So what I think is stopping somebody from actually manifesting love is their fears about not being received. Somebody is stressed that they will not be received in love forgiven in love, rejected in love. They're afraid of being rejected. I'm also getting that with regards to career, that some of you guys are afraid to take a leap of faith towards a passion. Some of you guys could have applied somewhere and you guys are afraid that you won't get the job. Some of you guys are already telling some of you guys need to be really careful. If you're going into like a job interview and you're putting a lot of pressure on yourself to get this job, if you go into the interview with this idea, if your fear of not getting the job is overpowering your confidence about being right for the position and this being where you're supposed to be, it will translate as doubt to the interviewer, and then the interviewer is going to doubt you. So if you go in not confident and really riddled with doubt, they're not even going to pick me. There's better people. I'm underqualified. But you're going through the process hoping you get it. That doubt is an energy vibration that the interviewer is going to feel, and they're immediately going to doubt you too. So there's a need to go into your dreams, aspirations, the things that you want with confidence that you want them because they're for you. Do you get it? Some of you guys are questioning, because I am looking at the Seven of Cups as like some kind of confusion. But let's use the Hoodoo Tarot and we'll clarify. Like I said, I'll read one of the major arcana out of the book. Thank you, Father God, Holy Spirit, ancestors, and guardian angels. Please allow me to step into service, be of service for the collective, and communicate the messages that are in their greatest good. Oh, it's just a little charcoal, you see? I know, my fingers are dead. Oh, I smelt a little bit of my burnt skin. It's gross. I smelt a little bit of it. It's the smallest little ball of charcoal. Let's see what else. Ooh, Dr. Buzzard. This is 11. It's justice. Ooh. Okay. And then the Four of Sticks, which is the Four of Wands. It's union energy. Some of you guys could have been questioning whether you deserve something. And again, if you have that energy that you don't deserve wish fulfillment, you don't deserve justice, you don't deserve what it is you truly want because you are stuck not forgiving yourself for what you've done, you are actually not, you're going to create injustice in your own life. You're not going to believe that justice is for you. You're going to keep punishing yourself. Like I said, forgiveness is within. And I am getting that certain Sages are not forgiving themselves for things of the past, which then they're bringing into their present by feeling like they don't deserve the wish fulfillment that they're downloading, because you keep reflecting back in the past and being like, well, I did this and I did this, so I don't deserve this. For some of you, somebody is holding back, King of Cups, holding back their feelings because they feel they don't deserve you. And it could be because of something they did, if this is some kind of person that you've known, but this could also be somebody that you've never dated. And they have secrets about, they are holding on to. So for example, Sag, this could have been somebody that you came into union with, that you really like, that you feel a connection with, but they're not being open to you. They have fears about commitment, but it's funny. It's not fears about wanting to commit. It looks like this person wants to. It's fears about communicating to you the version of them that was non-committal. They might have cheated in the past. They could have done certain things that they're not proud of, but instead of forgiving themselves for the karmic version of themselves that didn't know and lived out pain, they are punishing themselves by not being open and embarking in love. It looks like you are very available and are like, why don't we just proceed forward? They have a lot of burden about their feelings, about their karmic cycle, what they've done. They need to forgive themselves. Okay, but let's read Dr. Buzzard out of the book. Okay, justice. And I will execute great vengeance upon them with furious rebukes, and they shall know that I am the Lord when I shall lay my vengeance upon them. Ezekiel 25:17. I'm also getting that this vengeful energy is this no love lost. So for some of you, you could have ended a relationship with somebody and thought, well, we ended it mutually. We both said, they said they didn't want to be with me. I said I wanted to move on. Why are they being vengeful? Because of some kind of control and power. And really and truly, they were always like this. It's just that you are no longer there to blame it on. So they are just living out that vengeful energy. Somebody's true negative, low vibrational nature is being flared up. And I feel like they're being vengeful, but I feel like Sagittarius is being like, I don't understand what for. I thought we talked about this. I thought we were cool. Like we were both going to go about our fucking way. Okay. The Galagan root, Alpinina galanga is the plant. Anyways, the image. Dr. Buzzard is standing in front of a courthouse, laughing joyously after winning a case for a client. Behind him is Lady Justice wearing a Congo witch doctor mask, similar to the one Dr. Buzzard's father would have worn in Africa. This symbolizes, this symbolizes domination and being a law unto oneself. Instead of the sword, Lady Justice is holding a bouquet of galanga, the common name for chewing John root. Because she now works for Dr. Buzzard, and that is his weapon, he is showing you a piece of the root. In the other hand, in which Lady Justice usually holds the scales, there is nothing, because his way is the only option. Instead, the scales are put to better use collecting Dr. Buzzard's cigarette ashes. Stephen Robinson, 1860 to 1947, aka Dr. Buzzard, was a famous root worker from St. Helena Island, South Carolina. His specialty was chewing the root in court, a practice designed to protect criminal defendants from guilty verdicts or harsh sentences. This practice brought Robinson in conflict with J.E. McTeer, sheriff of Beaufort County. McTeer attempted to charge Robinson with practicing medicine without a license, but failed when his primary witness went into convulsions on the witness stand. McTeer's subsequent attempts to convict Robinson failed. Dr. Buzzard attracted clients both locally and from around the country until his death in early 1947. According to legend, Dr. Robinson's father was a witch doctor who had been brought directly to St. Helena from West Africa. Robinson was said to have wielded enormous spiritual power and was sought out by Southerners of all racial and social economic backgrounds, meaning justice, like everything else, is a social construct that is defined by those in power. To the majority of Americans, justice is equated with courts, law enforcement, politicians, and maybe even karma. This is not the case for root workers, as historically, when Black Americans have sought justice, all they find are just us, as the old saying goes. So if someone had a problem, they sought out a root worker to help them solve it. While usually root workers believe in God or some other higher power, they do not consider revenge for a genuinely offensive action to be a bad thing. That's if they consider good or bad at all, since such dualities didn't traditionally exist in African or indigenous cultures in quite the same way as European societies. Therefore, it is not considered immoral to root someone who hurt you for someone you love. There is no sentient creature on this earth that will sacrifice life, food, or the well-being of themselves and their families without a vicious fight. Nor are there any who will voluntarily suffer so that the offender or hunter does not. This is not negative karma for the bull goring the matador. The root worker understands this. If you receive Dr. Buzzard in a reading, consider the following. What would be a fair way to resolve this conflict? Did you do something wrong? If no, don't worry about it. If yes, then you're about to pay the price. Did someone do something wrong to you? If no, don't worry about it. If yes, then they'll set the wheel of justice in motion against themselves. Have you taken responsibility for all the choices you have made? If something is forgivable, then forgive. If not, now what? If revenge is taken for an offense, will you regret that you did it once you've calmed down? If so, then chill out and move on. Okay. All right. And then we're going to pull, I just love this deck. I just love how it also like breaks down what this card means if you pull it in the spread, like what to consider if you pull this card. I really like that. Okay. Hold on. Okay. We're going to put these back in and just, I'm going to shuffle out. Thank you, Father God, Holy Spirit, ancestors, and guardian angels. Please allow me to serve the collective by communicating the messages that are in the greatest good. I'm also getting with the Nine of Pentacles for my singles. This Spirit of Pentacles brings you to the 10. So some of you guys could be embarking in a really long-term relationship. It could be after being single for a really long time, or it could be after this whole like mutual understanding and breakup that you had with somebody. For some of you, I feel like you might actually remain friends with somebody that you're breaking up with because there's a mutual understanding that you guys care about each other, but there's a misalignment with regards to you have established you can't move forward with this person. They aren't in alignment with where you're trying to go. There's some kind of like conflict of interest. But I feel like what was getting you to cling on to the relationship regardless of the conflict of interest was the actual feelings and the respect that you have for somebody. So I feel like there is a mutual understanding that we will have a connection, we will be friends, we will be cool. There is no hard feelings, but that you're separating from somebody, where for others of you it's not actually that amicable because somebody is just a bitter, angry, and resentful person, and it has nothing to do with this relationship. It has to do with the way they live their life. They're like this with other people. They're like this in any capacity. Some of you guys are actually leaving a relationship because somebody tried to punish you for the way they felt you made them feel, and that was actually what got you to leave the relationship. So now somebody regrets what they did to try to bring injustice for themselves because now they actually realize what they did to bring injustice actually brought them in. Now they actually brought themselves lack of justice because they lost you. Somebody was trying to punish you and they ended up losing you instead. It's almost like somebody thought you were a child and thought, oh, I'll punish them and then they'll just be better. When instead they punished you and you left them behind. Now they could be bitter and resentful. I keep getting the Four of Cups. Somebody could be very, very loyal to you. Some of you guys let go of somebody because you thought they were disloyal, but you're going to find out they're actually quite loyal to you. Then we've got the Ten of Swords in reverse. That speaks of sudden endings. I feel like for some of you, there's a sudden ending that's going to occur because the timelines could be different. Some of you are about to do this in Pisces season. You're allowing your emotions to flow through you and you're not ignoring how you feel anymore. Some of you guys were ignoring your feelings and your intuition about a connection and about more so your desires of what you really want and the need to have to move forward and leave something behind because it was a reflection of what you didn't want. So some of you guys were procrastinating bringing something to an end because you were ignoring, you were not ready to face your feelings, or because you were afraid of somebody's vengeful and spiteful ways. Wow. And then we've got the Four of Wands, the Seven of Cups, and then the Queen of Cups. So now we've got the pair. There's a mutual understanding here. Somebody could actually be putting in a lot of effort, Sagittarius, to get you, because some of you guys could be skeptical about a romantic interest. Some of you guys are, I'm getting that for some reason there's somebody new you've brought into your life. Hold on a second. Sorry, guys. Some of you guys brought somebody new into your life, and I feel like you need to stop comparing them to your ex. I feel like you're putting an image onto somebody that isn't actually there. If that makes sense, like you keep projecting your ex experiences onto somebody who's brand new, and they're really working hard to try to show you that they aren't what you are projecting onto them. But you need to be mindful, because if you haven't forgiven the past, you're now going to sabotage your own future. Do you get what I mean? Because your past is going to create an illusion that this is just like the rest, when I don't feel like it is at all. So we've got the 7 of Cups, the 8 of Cups, the 9 of Cups, and then the 10 of Cups, and then the pair, Queen and King of Cups. That's a beautiful progression. And then we have the Ace. So I feel like there's going to be a really nice, steady progression with regards to love, sex, and relationship. That seems to be the focus for you. I feel like for some of you, you're a little bit stressed out. Like you might have been cultivating a relationship, or you might have brought in a new relationship, or will be bringing a new relationship into your space. And I feel like it's going to take your focus a little bit away from career. But as I was explaining in another one of the signs, I think it was Libra, and we did get Libra here with the Justice Scales, that it could be, you do need to learn how to balance all the areas of your life so that you can manifest success and wish fulfillment in all areas of your life. Career, personal, romantic, like there's a sense where in this divine path, all your success, healing, and growth is reflected in all the different areas of your life, not just one. That was very, very karmic, when only one of our areas of our lives were popping. And you might say, well, it all can't be perfect. Well, no. First of all, stop telling yourself and programming and manifesting issues in your life because your reality believes that one area of your life has to suffer in order for the other ones to be good. You can't have success in all areas of your life at the same time. That is a paradigm shift. That is a programming that affects your manifestations. So now you're going to sabotage. What that will do is, if you really believe that not all areas of your life can be good at the same time, then you will actually sabotage an area of your life to reflect your belief system. Something has to be wrong. That's even the energy of when things go good. That's when you tell yourself things never stay good for long. When something good happens, something bad comes in, you will actually manifest and sabotage yourself to actually create that reality, because that's what you believe. So you need to believe and tell yourself, I can manifest success in all areas of my life. The 2 of Cups, there's definitely, a relationship is definitely the focus, but I also feel like at the same time, for some of you Sagittariuses, you've got a lot of success within career, and it's about bringing that success into your love life so that both areas, your professional and your personal life, are both thriving and bringing you in fulfillment, because that's exactly what I see occurring. Pure fulfillment. 5 of Swords, this is that forgiving energy. Yeah, this is somebody bitter who's now going to other people. So this is somebody you came to a mutual breakup with, and now they're going to everybody. They were fine, but now they're going and talking shit about you and demonizing you to other people. Don't let how people talk about you. It's not a reflection of you. It's a reflection of them. And I feel like the people they're talking to will eventually realize that. And then we've got the King of Pentacles again. with the 8 of Pentacles equals the 9 of Pentacles, which is right here too. Somebody could also be talking about all your wish fulfillment. Some of you guys could have broken up with somebody and then all of a sudden your career started to boost. Why? Because you got that negative, low vibrational energy out of your space, and now you've got all these great things happening to you with regards to career. You're about to manifest in the love department as well, but somebody is really talking shit. It's almost like I hear somebody being like, oh, they tried to lie and act like they didn't have this going on, but you really didn't. You just started to manifest this shit. And it's because you actually got a very low toxic vibrational person out of your life. Because if you have somebody in your space who isn't deserving of your blessings, it can actually block your blessings. So the divine's like knowing that you're going to share your abundance with somebody, and the divine doesn't want them to have that abundance. So the divine will just stop you having that abundance until you remove yourself out of that low vibration. Sometimes your abundance requires a higher vibration, and the negative friends or romantic partners you have around you stop you from vibing high enough to actually meet those those manifestations. A lot of the time we think manifestations come into us. No, we vibrate high enough to meet our manifestations where they were always at and where they were always going to be. That's why waiting is so dangerous. Waiting for manifestations. Meanwhile, you make your way to wish fulfillment. You don't wait for wish fulfillment to come into you. You go through the journey to meet it and get it and obtain it. Okay? Anyways, that's your spread for March. My beautiful Sagittariuses, please like, share, subscribe. For all things frankincense and the smudge kits, www.queencup.ca. For daily, weekly content, you guys can go check me out over on Patreon/QueenCup. And until the next time I see you beautiful people, please continue to let your inner angels live. Mwah. Ciao.